Hi everyone, welcome to, I am the Reverend Godfather, the main host and frontman for the Long Coat Mafia podcast. If you don't know who we are, please go to our website, thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com. That tells all about us, what we do, what our podcast is about. But in all summary, we're a geek-related podcast that, because long coats are, when seen in movies and a lot of pop culture, they represent the coolest bad guys or the coolest heroes. Look at The Matrix, Godfather. Not so much the Godfather in reference to long coats, but we'll get to that in a moment. Sci-fi and everything else. Again, like westerns like Clint Eastwood and so forth and so on. They're always wearing long coats. And Mafia comes from stuff like Godfather, Goodfellas, and so forth and so on, where it's not, even though they are a criminal organization, but they kind of represent family. And that's what this podcast is about. Geek culture of all kinds and family. I don't like to say that hey fam or anything like that, which is the trending thing on YouTube nowadays. But Mafia to me means family, a group, because there's a lot of geek culture out there, geeks out there, guys, gals, whoever you want to identify as, that have anxiety and feel like you don't belong still. So that's what my podcast is. You have a place to belong with us. Give us a listen. We discuss a lot of geek topics of all kinds. But if you're wondering what I'm doing in the snow and snowing right now, and that's because in December last year, 2017, I issued a polar bear-ish challenge. I did make a kind of thing on my mini GoPro, which is here in my coat pocket for right now, right here that I picked up. I might do a version of this on that GoPro and kind of mishmash the video together, but I'd rather do it on the my phone here because it does stereo instead of mono sound. But it's March 20th, 2018, if not a little bit later, if not the 21st. And I'm going to step back. I'm going to take off my coat here and kind of give you guys a little bit of a cringe. And because I'm wearing a tank top and I promised a polar bear-esque challenge. Because it's snowing, I wanted to do it with snow on the ground. And everything else, see, polar bear challenge. It's cold, it's snowing. That's right, because I promised you guys a polar bear challenge, and because of how weird it is here in Martinsburg, West Virginia, I didn't want to go topless. I don't want to scare you guys or push you guys off, so that's the tank top-ish. So I'm going to toss this on the ground because it's, like I said, come listen to our show. If I'm willing to do this for our listeners who were so kind to meet their end of the challenge and getting us to a brand new level of listenerships, breaking that 16,000 barrier. And now all I have to ask is all of you guys to keep it going, keep that love rolling. Listen to our show, subscribe on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or subscribe to this YouTube channel. And because our podcasts are posted here as well in audio format, it's a static image. Please do so. Subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Comment. You can email us at longcoatmafia@gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/thelongcoatmafiapodcast, clicking that like button, which might be over here, and sending us a message that way. So, not to mention we're on Twitter at Longcoat Mafia and Instagram at Longcoat Mafia, so that we're on all aspects of social media. If I'm willing to brave less like 30-degree weather, 29-degree, 30-degree weather for our listeners because they complied on their end of the challenge, and this is less of a cringe, listen to our show. It's found on our website, thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com. And iTunes, Apple Podcasts, same thing, depending on your mobile device. Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, all these fine organizations. Not to mention the Podbean app. And the Podbean app can be installed on your creepy Amazon Alexa device or Google. It might be able to be installed on your Google Home device as well. So please do that. You can listen that way, and you can join the 800 plus, over 880 plus people who have subscribed in one way or another via a Podbean or the website itself. So please check out our podcast, give it a listen. There's always something interesting for everybody to listen at. Like about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we had filmmaker Nick Hunt back on again to talk about his WrestleMania predictions. We had former podcaster Dobbs on. He was a co-host on the podcast that's now defunct or non-existent, called The Slacker and the Man. He was on last week. It was a fun episode. We've had local people on, like Earl Harrison, who's a poet and spoken word artist who came out with his own book, I Saw Your Mother Crying. All this can be found in our back catalog and to listen to. So these are great people to listen to and get caught up. We have interviews from celebrities like David Nichol from Arrow, and Michelle Knox, who voices Jessie from Pokemon cartoon, plus she did a couple of the Pokemon herself. So, and there's a whole mess of people that we've interviewed in the past that you can check out either via, again, our website, which is thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com, and plus a lot of these episodes can be found on, again, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and Stitcher, Spotify. You know what, I'm going to heck with the GoPro wannabe, but I might save that for other stuff. But I'm having too much fun. I'm not noticing the cold. I'm not shaking. I'm just excited to do this and bring this content for you guys and gals on YouTube. So there's that. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Heck, like us here on, follow us here on YouTube. Yes, it's snowing. It should be spring. I should be starting to be loving the warmth that we're having, but no, nature has decided to give us one last snowfall. And with that, I'm going to step out of the way and give you some of the great content. We have about 4 or 5 inches out here right now. Just look at that view, and I'm going to step back into the camera. So there's that. We're going to have a lot of great content. Depending on when it's posted up, I might be at 4-State Comic-Con. Might. Don't hold me to that. Depends on the ride if I'm able to get there. And by the time this is posted and everything else, we have a lot of awesome content for you. Please check us out again at thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com and Apple Podcasts / iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, Spotify, so forth and so on. Or if you want to join in the conversation on any of our episodes or here, you can leave a comment down below or email us at longcoatmafia@gmail.com. So we are open to your hate, your love, your general comments, and so forth and so on. And yes, this is just like a jersey tank top. I have stalled too much. I'm going to end this video. And as you can see, I don't want to. This is, even though it's snowing in March, this is even better because why? Well, it's snowing. It's under 32 degrees. There's at least 4 to 6 inches on the ground. And it looks like it's not going to stop until later today. And it gives me a chance to redo the cringeworthy video. So listen to our show. As some of my friends have stated before, pod on. Listen to it. Share, if you like what you hear, share it with your friends. The more listeners we can get, the more we can grow, the more love we could spread to everybody else. And don't forget to join in the conversation. I am out of here, and toodles, everyone. Toodles.